And now, the general weather around Alaska.
First graphic, today showing winter weather advisory out for the upper Tanana Valley 40-mile country for tonight until 4 p.m. Sunday afternoon for 2 to 4 inches of snow, give or take, up there falling during that time frame. And then the flood watch continues here for the central and northern southeast coast as rain continues to fall there. Possibility of flooding exists, and that is for this evening. And also, there's a flood advisory out for Mendenhall Valley until 10 p.m. tonight, Saturday night. And water may flow over low water crossings and get into yards. And by 10 p.m., it should end. And for satellite imaging, you can see all the clouds streaming from south to north here, slow-moving frontal system. Main low pulling back to the northwest now, and that's spreading moisture into the southeast interior. As you can see right here, pretty good mass of moisture coming up to the North Gulf Coast, into the Copper River Basin, actually all the way up out to the Yukon River. Drier conditions back to the west and chillier and colder and drier with a lot of clear skies up here, northern Bering Sea, Seward Peninsula. Kobuk Valley on out to the northwest coast, and then some cloudiness along the Arctic coast there with areas of light snow showers occurring, and that also extending into the North Slope. Out to the west, not much going on as far as any storminess goes. Got this area of clouds kind of falling to pieces here west of the Pribilofs, another system way back over the Russian Far East. On the chart today, here's that low pulling northwestward there into the Gulf of Alaska, just south of Middleton Island this afternoon. And the front pushing moisture into the Copper River Basin up into the upper Tanana Valley, and rain along the North Gulf Coast as far west as Portage and Whittier. Also Seward seeing some light rain, and rain extending, heavier rain here over the eastern North Gulf Coast, Yakutat into the northern Panhandle, anywhere from a ½ inch to up to 2 inches of rain falling in the last 12 hours. The lighter amounts down to the south. Another development here on that front, slowing its eastward progression down, but it will move through, and another trough will move onto the coast. So rainfall rates will diminish later tonight, but periods of rain continue across just about all the southeast coast through the night tonight. And again, the snow here over the southeast interior up to about the Yukon Flats. Then from there northward, dry conditions, except eastern Arctic coast could see some light snow showers continuing, but dry and chilly out here to the west and northwest, and mostly dry here over the southwest interior with clearing Kodiak Island, but dry even down to the Aleutians with light winds, really due to a lack of storminess rather than a presence of high pressure, although there is a weak high center out there over the far western Bering Sea. And then for tomorrow, not much change out here over the western areas. A few isolated showers here over the southeast Bering Sea may find their way down to the eastern Aleutians and Alaska Peninsula. But if that happens, they'll be quite light and pretty widely scattered. Mostly sunny day for Kodiak Island, light winds there, and dry over the western half of the state. Snow continuing but diminishing in the afternoon here for the Tanana Valley areas, probably ending over toward the border there. And a couple of troughs keep it wet over the Panhandle. Next system here, as we'll see on Monday, pulls northwestward and weakens, but the front associated with that will probably bring gale force winds, another round of moderate to heavy rain here across the southeast coast. Yet another one just to the south there may follow the similar path Monday night into Tuesday. Otherwise, dry over the western interior. Winds get a little gusty, could gust 25 to maybe 40 miles an hour in the normally windier areas there, the passes of the Alaska Peninsula. Also along the western Alaska Range passes, could see some increase in the northwest winds there. Snow showers continue north of the Alaska Range, again, central east side of the state up to the eastern Arctic coast. Dry for the Aleutians, dry for the Bering Sea. No storms out there in sight. This one way down to the south of the main jet stream. Lows for tonight, lower to mid 40s for the Aleutians, upper 30s Pribilof Islands, lower 30s St. Lawrence Island, and anywhere from 5 below to 5 above for the Brooks Range, and teens and 20s for the North Slope and Arctic coast. Teens and 20s all the way down into the northern Kuskokwim Valley. 30s south of the Alaska Range, and 40s and lower 50s for the southeast coast. Highs tomorrow, 50s to near 60 over the Panhandle, 40s across south central Alaska into Bristol Bay, Kodiak Island, Aleutians. 30s to the north, or 20s and 30s, and then teens for the Brooks Range into the North Slope, back to the mid-20s for the Arctic coast. Lows the following morning, 5 to 15 in the Brooks Range here, with teens and lower 20s in the central interior. 30s south and east of the Alaska Range, near 30 for Bristol Bay, some areas in the upper 20s, near 40 Kodiak Island in the 40s for the southeast coast, and 40s for the Aleutians. And the highs, Monday afternoon, mid-40s, south central Alaska, and again in the 50s, warmest, upper 50s, southern Panhandle, 15 to 25 for the Brooks Range and North Slope, and up near 30 for the Arctic coast, and 30 to 35 in the central interior, some areas staying in the upper 20s, and near 40 for Bristol Bay, mid-40s Kodiak Island, upper 40s for the Aleutians.